Now we're cooking. It's the coach. You're watching Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. From up top, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings heading out, and it's Kirk Cousins at the helm in his second season in purple and white, 8th year overall. 30 touchdown passes for him a season ago. That's a career high as he aims to get the Vikings back into the postseason. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on second and long. Cousins throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and that'll make it third down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
So let's all work together on this one because there's plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And running with power here. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez. The move on first down. They'll go with their leading rusher from the season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often they'll get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is...
But it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Able to shake free for...
He's special, and he's hit... Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. 10 yards.
And put the defense back on its heels.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They run. Cook. So we got to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And Rudolph has team, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an idea. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for him.
The first carry now for the BYU man. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Week of the regular season. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The play began back at the 20. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up.
Impossible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's found the end zone twice. And now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find
his offensive mates. They're really in sync right now.
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, a scrap for the... Working from the gun. Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. You have to be a little careful. You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought it.
Nowhere to escape and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. The 8-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up in Detroit as the LA Chargers pay a rare visit to Ford Field. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Kenny Golladay, a touchdown reception. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Cardinals out on top. The Cardinals already 1-0, trying to make it 2 straight as they lead on the road. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital, see what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Randall Cobb, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half.
Rodgers now on first down. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. On the move on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. On second and 11 now. Rodgers flush to his right. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude.
Even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half.
Try and get back to where you were to start the half.
$22 yards there, less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if
they're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because I'm right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get 7 out.
That fits the bill.
They'll go again to Jones. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's
throw the football, swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's a throw out wide.
A lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for a nation.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. That's incomplete.
Ball right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty. Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
To take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Forget.
You tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Last play went for over 30. It's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
somehow get this one back. Oh, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it.
They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this.
Sit on a lead and play that way? That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Give him as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Likely put an end to this thing. This is Jones. And they'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
During the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Flushed out right. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the
last drive here for Pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down your hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. That's complete as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. And to the air again, it's Cousins. And this one is good for a gain of 5. To throw is Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Green Bay, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis.